guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a full face of drugstore first impressions. I went to Walmart last night and I picked up a ton of new goodies, and a lot of these things aren't necessarily new on the market, but they are new to me. I've never tried a lot of them, so I'm excited because I went to a new Walmart and I didn't really see a lot of these things at my Walmart, so I was curious. I also did show these two palettes in my last Ulta haul, and I got a lot of requests to do a first impressions on them because they are really pricey. These are $30 a piece. Now, you guys know Ulta always has coupons and promotions going on, so a lot of the times you can get things reduced and a little bit more affordable, but I'm curious to see if these are worth the money. I think that's really expensive to be from the drugstore. Like, that's crazy. But anyways, we're gonna test them out today and see what these two palettes are all about. The NYX Fire Palette and the Earth Palette. So we shall see. I can feel it in my soul. This is gonna be a long video, so you already know what to do. I hope you enjoy, and let's just go ahead and get started. It looks like I have no shirt on, but I do. And I already did my brows and I primed my lids just to save time. My brows take so much time and I didn't honestly get any new brow products, so we're just gonna jump right into the eyes. So I'm gonna start off with the NYX Fire Palette. So the packaging of these is actually really nice. It's really sleek and really simple, and opening it up, you do have some really nice shades in here. They are a really decent size in my opinion. Like, I really like NYX eyeshadows. I've tried a couple of them and I'm really impressed. I also like how you get a big mirror. So I'm gonna start off, I guess, with this color. It's like a bone color, and I'm gonna try to apply that into my crease. I think it's honestly gonna be just like my skin tone, but we shall see. It's like a shade darker than my skin tone. I don't really know if you can tell, but it is a really light transition color, which I like. It's actually a little bit darker applying it versus in the pan, which is nice. So I'm using a Live and Breathe Beauty Just blending brush, and let me zoom in a little bit more because I feel like you guys can't really see what I'm doing. I sort of have an idea of the kind of look that I want to do, but I don't know. We'll see. I have a vision, but usually my vision doesn't come to life. Picking up this color right here, which is more of like a deeper sort of burgundy shade, I'm going to be using a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to apply that right to the outer, whoa, that's pigmented. Oh my gosh, right to the outer part of my crease. Okay, that is nice pigment. I'm gonna bring this up towards the center of my lid a little bit, focusing most of the product on the outer part. Picking up this purple, sort of also burgundy color, has a little bit more of a purple undertone versus this one where it's a little bit more red. I'm going to be taking this on a Morphe E17 brush, and I'm going to apply that also on the outer part of my crease just to really deepen that area up. Okay, so definitely right off the bat, the palette is definitely pigmented. This color is gorgeous. I love it. It has the perfect amount of purple and burgundy in it. So I'm basically just applying that shade right where I applied the other colors, kind of just adding them on top of each other. I'm going to use a blending brush just to blend out the edges of that. I really like that color. I think it's beautiful. I like the purple that it has in it. I think it looks really nice. So I'm gonna be building these colors up a little bit, but I'm gonna start with the shade right here, which is this really nice yellow. And I'm really hoping it's as vibrant as it looks in the pan. I'm gonna actually apply that in the inner part of my lid using a flat shader brush. And this one is just from my Urban Decay Naked palette. And I'm just gonna really pack that color on. It looks like a really nice yellow, so I'm hoping that it is super vibrant. Okay. It does have fallout. It is a little powdery, but that doesn't really bother me too much if it's not excessive. With the same brush, I'm kind of just blending out the edges in there. You can kind of see the powder flakes from the eyeshadow, so when you dip your brush in here, it's gonna have some fallout. I'm gonna actually just mix the two shades that I was using in my crease earlier. And I'm gonna just take the same brush, Morphe M433, and really just emphasize that crease area. I will say though that the colors, like blending them out, they work really well together and they layer really well on top of each other. Sometimes when you blend some shadows out, if they aren't really the best quality, when you start blending colors over top, you kind of start to lose them and they look very choppy, but I think these are blending out really, really nice. The yellow shade is nice. It's not my favorite. It is a little bit more powdery versus the other two colors that I was using, so that's kind of just a little fair warning if you do have this palette. The color does show up though, which is good. So just looking down at my palette, there isn't a brow bone highlight, which is a little disappointing because it's like, if you're spending so much money on a drugstore eyeshadow palette, like, you know, I at least expect to have all the shades that I would need for a look in my palette, because if you have to start digging into other ones, then that's when the price of the eyeshadow palette really isn't worth it in my opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna go back probably, I'm thinking, to the Earth palette later. Actually, there isn't even a brow bone highlight in this other palette because this is like a peach sort of neutral shade, which I don't really want that. That's really disappointing in my opinion. I mean, it's not a big deal. You could use like your highlighter, but like I said, if you're spending so much money on a palette, I expect to have all my shades in here. I'm gonna do a winged liner because I feel like you kind of need it for this look. So I didn't get a new matte eyeliner. I really didn't see anything new. So I'm just gonna use my NYX matte eyeliner and just do my wings really quick. I used to like my eyeliner really thick and dramatic, and now I'm really just not about that life. Like, this is still really dramatic for me, and I kind of wish that it was not. Like, I like short wings now, and this is, I went a little overboard, but that's okay. For lashes, I got these Kiss Lash Couture Faux Mink collection in the shade Noir. Did I try these before? I don't remember. The style looks so different. I think I did. I'm not really sure. But Kiss has a ton of these faux mink lashes, and I have tried different styles before, and they're really, really good lashes. You have to be a little patient with them because the band is a little bit thick, but I really like them for the price. I think they're good. And I actually picked up some new eyelash glue, which is big for me because you guys know I love my Kiss eyelash glue, but I actually saw a different glue. Oh, this is annoying. I saw this Kiss Super Strong Hold Remarkably Gentle Formula Strip Lash Adhesive, and apparently this has biotin and blueberry, and it's latex free. It's from Kiss, but it's like different packaging than the other one that I have. So I was like, let me just try this out, and they had a white one too, but I figured I would get the black one just because it might hide the lash band a little bit better. I smell everything. It kind of, seriously? That's what I get for smelling everything. Oh my gosh. At least I didn't have foundation on. You see, this is why I need to do my eyes before my face. I'm a hot mess. I always have trouble with the inner corner of my eyelash, and I feel like tweezers just makes it a little bit easier to really, you know, pop it on and have it stay on, but this inner corner today is giving me a little bit of a hard time. So hopefully it stays down. It's not staying down for me. I seriously feel like I'm not good at winged liner anymore because I don't do it as often as I used to, and I don't wear it on a daily anymore. So I know that one eye probably looks different than the other, but that's okay. I do like the lash glue. The only thing is, I don't know if it's the glue or these lashes, but like the inner corner keeps kind of like lifting up a little bit, so that's kind of annoying. I have to keep like pressing it down with my tweezers, and if you mess up like applying your lashes, since this is black, you're gonna get like black on your lid, you know what I mean? And it kind of looks like eyeliner, but since the glue is black, it's really just the glue. So that's why my eyeliner, I had to make it a little bit thicker, just because I did mess up a little bit like applying the lash. So that's kind of the downside. I think I'd rather just use the traditional white eyelash glue versus this, because it's easier to clean up mistakes with white glue versus black. So I'm going to go ahead and just move on to the face. I picked up this Milani Prime Correct face primer. It says it diffuses discoloration plus pore minimizing for light to medium skin tones, and it is oil free. So this is what it looks like. I've never heard anybody talking about this, or I honestly have never even seen it until last night at Walmart. So we're going to go ahead and just see what happens. I don't really have discoloration, but I do have pores. This is straight up orange. Do you see that? It's literally orange. It smells like a primer. Oh, that's cool. It looks orange when you apply it, but it's actually, when you have it on your face, it just is like no color. It feels like a smoothing primer kind of has the same consistency of the Benefit Professional, if you guys are familiar with that. So it's not necessarily silicone, but it has like that kind of texture. Like, you know what I'm talking about. I don't really see much of a difference, but I have to keep using primers to really tell, but I don't know, we'll see. For foundation, I have the Skin Perfect HD foundation by Kokie Professional. I love this brand. It's exclusive to Walmart, and I think it's a really great brand overall. I love their lip glosses. I love the contour kit that they've had, and I've never tried the foundation. This is just what it looks like. They actually sent me this foundation a couple months ago. I have it back at home, and I never tried it. I don't have it with me at school, so I just repurchased a different shade. I have it in the shade 40W. I believe the shade that they sent me was like a little too light, so I just never went out and got a new one because at my Walmart, we don't have Kokie. I had to actually go to a different Walmart to get it. Has a pump, which I like. I'm just gonna pump it out. If it would ever come out, that would be great. What the heck? It's like not coming out. Oh my god, it's literally, I'm gonna have to just use not the pump because this is annoying. I'm gonna just literally take it out like this and just apply it that way because it's not coming out. I wonder if the pump is broken. So I used about that much. I'm actually going to use a new sponge today. This one's by Maybelline. Let me show you. This is, I got it wet already underneath the sink. This is the Face Studio Blender, and it just looks like this. It has a nice angle. It's really, really squishy and really, really soft. So I am really excited about this because I love new beauty sponges. It's really, really squishy and bouncy. Actually, I think this foundation might match. It might be a little too light. I was gonna get the shade 30W. Good thing I didn't. Definitely a medium coverage foundation. It's not giving me crazy coverage, but it's doing a decent job. I have not been having very good luck with foundations. Like, I've always been going a little too light. Let's apply a little bit more. I have a little bit of scarring around my cheek area, like around this area. Oh, this is too light. I really like this sponge. It feels really nice on the skin. Foundation is nice though. It is blending out really well, and I like the coverage that it's giving me. It's definitely a medium, a good medium coverage. It's just too light for me. They didn't, well, they did have quite a few shades, but a lot of them, like the darker shades, looked really orange, and I'm not really tan. Like, I have slight, like barely any color, so I didn't really want to go for like an orangey colored foundation. I know it's light, don't kill me. Then I got the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. I love the Pro Matte Foundation and the Pro Glow Foundation, and this one is in the shade 02 Creamy Natural, so I don't know, I'm excited. I've actually heard not the best things about this concealer. I was watching Casey Holmes, and she talked about this in her recent video, saying that this actually burned her under eye, so I'm really hoping that it doesn't, because I do have a sensitive under eye area. This actually kind of smells a little bit like alcohol. Yeah, it has an alcohol scent to it, so I'm nervous. Let's hope. Okay, so far no burning. It's really creamy. I'm like waiting for it to burn. I'm not going to use too much concealer because my face is so white right now. I really like, I don't know if, can you really tell? The Beauty Blender from Maybelline has like an angled right here, which is really nice for right underneath your eyes. You can get in there perfectly. Damn, that blended out like effortlessly, but this has like no coverage. Do you see that? Okay, so I personally don't feel any burning underneath my eyes, but I'm getting no coverage. I don't know, I feel like layering this honestly doesn't really do a whole lot. Like, it's a nice concealer so far, like it's blending really well, but coverage wise, I mean, I feel like the claims on this isn't really meant to be full coverage also. So just a little FYI, I think if you want something just super, super natural for every single day, that would be a great concealer. But if you want full coverage, Okay, I got a new powder. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Sweep and Lock Translucent Setting Powder. The packaging kind of looks like the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, so this is just what it looks like. I'm gonna just use this also to set my face very lightly. Just with the sponge all over my face. Okay, I legit look like a ghost. With loose powders, you don't really, especially if they're translucent, like when you have it on your face, it doesn't look like you have powder on. You know what I mean? Like with my RCMA no color powder, I can use this much powder and it doesn't look like baby powder on my skin. Like obviously when you first apply it, but once it absorbs into your face, it kind of just looks, you know, like you set your face without actually using powder, if that makes sense. But this, I can literally see the white on, like my face is white. So I'm using a large powder brush. This one's from Morphe. It's the E41 and I'm just gonna dust that away. It feels really soft. I just don't like, why do my under eyes look like that? Oh my face is so white. Oh, I wish I would have got a darker foundation because my face legit looks like a ghost right now. Like, is this a Halloween tutorial? Wow. Yeah, I don't like that powder, you guys. My face is so freaking white and it actually looks dry. And it's like really settling in my nose area. Okay, I can't stand the way my face looks right now. I want to wipe this off. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. I kind of honestly want to just take this off. I'm going to try to put bronzer on. If I don't like it, I will honestly just use a different foundation overall because this is not cute. I'm going to use the Covergirl Queen Natural Hue Bronzer, and this one's in the shade Light Bronze. I've never seen this before. This has to be new because, I don't know, I've never seen it. So, okay, let's bronze the heck out of this face. I'm going to use my Morphe R2. I know you guys are cringing. I'm cringing as well. Bronze a lot. Honestly, I don't even know if the bronzer is going to help. Because this is making me look ghostly. The powder. It legit looks like I put baby powder on my face. And normally you guys know I use a lot of powder. But like this looked like it looks like I have baby powder on. Oh my goodness. I don't want to take off this foundation because this is a first impression. But like that is just not cute. Oh my gosh, this has gold freaking specks in it. I used to use a CoverGirl single bronzer and my friend Ashley and I actually used to apply that all over our face in middle school, and this kind of reminds me of it a little bit. Like it's a nice color, but it has gold specks in it. And I didn't want that today. I didn't even notice. I was gonna film a video after this. I don't really think I can. Okay, I don't really think honestly any amount of bronzer is gonna work for this face of mine, so we're just gonna move on. So anyways, a subscriber actually sent this four color blush palette from Tracey. You can get this brand at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, and I know it's not drugstore, but it is affordable. So I figured I would just try this out because I didn't really see any new blushes at the drugstore. So we're gonna test this out and try to bronze the skin or add some more color to the skin. I'm basically just gonna take my brush and just mix it into all of the colors because at this point I'm really just honestly annoyed with my face makeup, and I know you guys are too. So we're gonna just try to speed this up. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's really pigmented. I'm using this Duo Fiber brush from TJ Maxx, actually. I use it all the time. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Okay, now I look like a clown, like legit. Okay, I got this baked highlighter and bronzer duo. I don't believe, well, it says new on the packaging, but I'm not sure if these are new. e.l.f. is constantly coming out with like new products. So what I'm going to do with this, oh, and by the way, I should have told you the name. This one's in the shade Bronzed Glow. It just looks like this. So with these duos, what you actually have to do is scrape off the top so that they can be like more pigmented and vibrant. So what I do is I literally just take my tweezers and I just scrape the top of the product off. My Morphe M501 brush, I'm just going to take the highlight shade and I'm just going to apply that. I feel like with e.l.f. highlighters they're really nice because you can really make them super subtle for every day, or you can intensify them and make them a little bit more vibrant. They aren't the most vibrant highlighters, to be quite honest with you, but they're really good for the price. Okay, and then I'm gonna just finish up. Let's see, what should I even do? I'm like at loss for words right now because my makeup I feel like looks so bad, and if I wasn't filming right now I would honestly just get rid of all this and just wipe everything off. So for my lower lashes, I'm going to just go back into the Fire Palette and I'm just going to finish up the lower lashes. A little bit of the black right here mixed with the burgundy shade that we were using earlier, and I'm going to just apply that on this area. Ooh, that's pretty. That's dark. Okay, so since this palette doesn't have a brow bone shade, I'm going to just use the e.l.f. Duo that I used on my face just to highlight the brow bone a little bit. I just want something really, really light. A little bit in the inner corner as well. Yeah, this highlighter is really subtle. Like, it doesn't have, even like scraping off the top layer, I thought it was going to be a little bit more intense, but it doesn't have much payoff, to be quite honest with you. Normally, the single highlighters that e.l.f. has, they're really, really intense, but this one, not so much. I'm going to use this Royal Inlay Nickel brow brush, and I'm going to just pick up the, again, burgundy color and apply that right on my lower lash line. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take a more fluffier brush for the lower lashes. This is the E18 from Morphe. I'm going to take the red color right here that we were using also earlier, and I'm going to just smudge that out. Okay, then for lips, I'm going to go ahead and use the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip Colors. I don't know if I should do nude or if I should do bold. Nude. Bold. I guess I'll just do bold. And I've never tried these, and this one I have in the shade Plum This Show. But I'm also going to line my lips with the Kokie retractable lip liner, and I have this one in the shade Wine. Okay, and then I'm going to just top that off. I don't know how people get their lips, like especially bold lips, to look so perfect. Mine's always like jagged around the edges. It's so hard to get it to look perfect. Okay, this color is definitely blotchy. I don't know if you can really tell, but I really have to like layer it up. Not that my face can get any worse. I got this Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. I love the Make It Last, which is the matte setting spray. I figured I would just give this a try. I know that like fall and winter is more about like matte skin, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes we just want a really fresh, dewy look on the face, so I want to give this a whirl and see if it's any good. Gonna add some hoops and then we'll be basically done. I got these hoops from Forever 21, I'm pretty sure. Forever 21 or Charlotte Russe. That's where I usually always get all my jewelry from for the most part. Messy ponytail like always. Boy, did I struggle today. So I don't know if you guys are cringing as much as I'm cringing, but this is definitely one of those first impression videos where it's just like I have way more misses versus hits. So let's just start with the products that just didn't work for me. Actually, no, let's start with the products that did work. So I will say that the NYX Fire Palette, my mind's all over the place. Okay, rewind. Okay, I didn't use the Earth palette. I apologize. I thought that I was going to have to use both for the look that I wanted to do, but I ended up just using this palette. I will use this one in another tutorial if you guys want, but the palette is nice. I think it blends really well. There's a couple things that I don't like. I don't like the fact that there is only one transition color, because I feel like this color is not versatile for everybody and their skin tone. Two, I don't like the fact that there isn't a matte cream color in here. I feel like that's essential. And I don't like the fact that there isn't like a brow bone highlight in here. So those are like the things that I feel like are a little, I mean, I know the colors are really pretty and fun and they're gorgeous, but I think if you're spending that much money on a drugstore eyeshadow palette, it should have pretty much all the staples that you would need for your look. Because I feel like those colors are essential no matter what type of look you're doing. So I think that $30 is a lot of money for this eyeshadow palette. If you can get this palette on sale, then I think that, you know, it is good. I wouldn't spend $30 on it again. Like, I wouldn't repurchase this for $30. I love NYX, but that's a lot of money. Oh, I did also like the Maybelline sponge. I will give it that. The Maybelline sponge is really nice. It's squishy. It gets really big when you get it wet under the sink. I think it's a good sponge for the price, and it's really squishy. I like how it has that angled area for your under eye, for concealer, for powder. It works really well. Oh, and the Tracey blush palette that one of my lovely subscribers sent me, which thank you so much, by the way. I really appreciate that. She sent it to my P.O. box. This is a really good blush palette. It was really pretty and really pigmented, and I believe these palettes are not more than $5 at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or even Ross, so check them out. But this was a really nice palette. It is a little powdery, but I mean, you can't expect much for this to be so affordable. Other than that, honestly, I really didn't like everything else that I've tried. The lip product, first of all, butthole lip, like to the max. I've noticed that with a lot of liquid lipsticks that I've tried that are this color, that always happens. Like, that happens a lot, and I've heard that this color, or deeper colors in general, are really hard to make and to make really well. So this for me is a no-go. I mean, look at that. That's literally after not even 2 minutes of this drying, it turns into this nasty thing, and I don't like the way that looks at all. I don't think this is attractive. Like, when you're talking to somebody, I feel like that's all they're gonna look at. So this color for me is a no-go. I do have this nude color, which I'm gonna try out and see if it's any better, but this for me, The foundation is actually decent. That's another thing that I forgot to mention, I do like. I just feel like I'm kind of thrown off because the shade isn't my color, and the powder and everything else on top of it is just a hot mess. But I'm gonna actually probably return this and get a different shade and keep testing it out, because I really liked the way the foundation was blending and how it layered and stuff. I thought that was really pretty. But yeah, the face makeup, everything else is a hot mess. I don't like this concealer. It has like zero coverage, and it's like, I feel like it makes my under eye area look just odd. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the color, maybe it's just the formula of it. So I don't know. I guess if you like light coverage concealers, then maybe you would like it. But if I want something light coverage, then it's like, why even wear makeup? You know what I mean? Like, I want something at least that's medium coverage. This L'Oreal powder is awful. Like, oh my gosh. I've never tried a powder that made my face look like legit baby powder. Like, I've had really bad experiences with powders, but this one was probably one of the worst. I like to apply a lot of powder, and you guys know that. A lot of you guys yell at me for it in the comments, but a lot of the times I can always make it work, and it doesn't look like I have that much powder on my face. At least I don't think so. But with this, it was just bad. You could literally, it looks like I had a white mask on. This is a very dry powder, and it accentuates like a lot. Like right around here, around my under eye, it really accentuates that area, and like all your imperfections, it really makes it come out. So for me, this powder is a no-go. I honestly might try to keep using it, and maybe like 1 or 2 more times, just because I don't want to say that I hate it right off the bat, but like I really don't like it so far. This e.l.f. highlighter, I normally really love e.l.f. highlighters, but this one for me, honestly, I'm just gonna have to pass on it. It's like barely there. I mean, if you like something really light, I guess you would like this highlighter, but like even scraping off the top, I thought it would be really, really intense, and it wasn't. So I like an intense highlighter. This for me is just no bueno. So sad. I'm gonna wipe this makeup off as soon as this video is over, you guys, because I'm just really not happy with this face. I mean, like, honestly, this is not even cute, and I didn't want this video to be a fail in the sense that I know that the makeup is a fail, but I didn't want to like wipe everything off and just like not even do the video, because I mean, sometimes when we're doing our makeup, things just don't work out for us. So that's why I wanted to keep going, even though I was so angry that the products didn't work, because when we're doing our makeup, it doesn't always come out flawless, and there's products that just don't work. So I wanted to show you guys that it doesn't just happen to you, it happens to everybody, and that's just the reality of it. You know, it happens with drugstore makeup, with high-end makeup. Sometimes products just don't work and they just don't look good. So this is definitely a prime example of that. So I'm sorry that you guys had to look at that awful mess, or this awful mess. Let me know if you've tried any of these products down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this entire video, I appreciate all of you so much, and I will see you in a few days in my next one. Bye. You know what? I have one more comment to make also. I thought that I liked these eyelashes, and I really don't. The inner corner keeps popping up. Like, it's not even glued down, and I put glue on it, and it's just, it keeps rising up. The rest of the eyelash is placed correctly, and it feels fine and secure, but the inner corner, it keeps coming up, and that's such a pet peeve of mine. Like, why do eyelashes do that? I don't really have that issue. Like, sometimes it happens, and I can put glue on it and put it down, and it works, but like with these eyelashes, I don't know why. I don't know if it's the eyelash or if it's the glue or what, but it keeps coming up, and it's so annoying. So it probably was coming up throughout the entire video. That's just the icing to the cake of this disaster video. Okay, I'm officially leaving, and I'm done now. Thanks for watching. Bye.